Hey guys, Frugal BC here. I came across this video today on the GameStop situation and I wanted to share a clip with you because I think it's one of the best explanations of the situation that I've seen. So without further ado, I'm going to have the intro and then show you that clip.
But first, we thought we would sort of take advantage of your financial expertise to help walk us and Katie and our audience through this crazy news story that somehow it's suddenly all over the news involving a company called GameStop. Can you help just sort of give people the basics of what this news story is?
Sure. So GameStop is a retailer that it's kind of like a retail storefront outlet, and like most retailers right now, it doesn't have a great business. It's not doing terribly well, and as a result, the stock was really suffering. But it turns out that there are a ton of bored people during this pandemic, and a lot of them are, shitsters, for lack of a better word. And they have gotten together in these various groups. There's a Reddit subgroup called Wall Street Bets, and they've decided, almost on a lark. It's almost like 4chan for the capital markets. They've just decided to bet up a bunch of these stocks, and one of them is GameStop, and it's kind of the most prominent of the genre. And what they're doing is sort of a counterattack to what a lot of hedge funds do, which is something known as short selling, where you're actually betting that a stock will go down. And with respect to GameStop, these guys have all gotten together. They're all, day traders now. There's this app that makes it really easy called Robinhood. A lot of them are involved in that. And they have decided, you know what, we're actually going to bet the stock up. And in the process, they're screwing over these large hedge funds that have very large short bets on companies like GameStop. So this is this hedge fund called what is it, Melvin Capital?
Melvin
I
Capital,
believe.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that has lost like $3 billion this week.
So what's crazy about this is I think the hedge funds are going to say, hey, they're market manipulating. But what's really happening here is these folks on Wall Street Bets have exposed a huge problem with their strategy. Short selling is extremely risky, and you shouldn't be doing it with hedge funds. This is the kind of stuff you can play around with your own money, but it's a really dangerous practice. I don't know, so they didn't explain it in the clip, but short selling is dangerous because if I buy $100 of stock, and he does explain this later in that episode, so be sure to check out that episode. I think it's a really good one. I'm a big fan of Matt Taibbi, and he always has very interesting people on his show. But one of the things I want to talk about here, if you buy a stock, the long position, in other words, buying and holding it for a long period of time, assuming it will go up over time, there's a risk, but the risk is like you lose all your money, which is bad. But short selling is worse because you're borrowing stock. You're borrowing stock and assuming that you're going to pay it back later at a lower price. You believe the price is going to go down, so you buy that stock at a lower price. Well, the problem with that is if it goes up instead, there's no limit to how much it can go up. I can only lose 100% on my money, right? But if I go the other way, if I short sell, the percentages, I could lose 1,000%. I could owe this stock and have to buy it at an extremely expensive price. So essentially you borrow and pay back. So imagine doing that with like hedge funds. Imagine doing that with someone's retirement funds. I mean, that's extremely risky. So what these guys have done is they've exposed that risk, and rightfully so. Maybe they're going to blame the GameStop people or this group of Wall Street Bets people, but you know what? They shouldn't have been making those risky bets in the first place. And they were going to ruin this company, GameStop. I mean, short selling is pretty detrimental to the companies that it happens to, and they're already in a tough position. So I don't know. It's hard to not like these Wall Street Bets guys and what they're doing. That's just my opinion. Maybe you feel differently, but I just wanted to put that out there today. That's my video today, and hopefully you learned a little bit about that situation. Remember, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Really helps us out a lot. Thanks so much. Appreciate everyone who's liked and subscribed so far, and we'll see you next time.